How's it going, guys? So if you've been following it step by step, you should know how to solve a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. So now to solving it by factorizing. And look, there's a lot of marks. Guaranteed you're going to have to factorize. It doesn't matter which exam board you're with, AQA, OCR, Edexcel. If you don't know how to factorize quadratics, you're losing marks, 100%, a lot of them as well. So I've got a few things. This is an introduction. Unfortunately, I have to do an introduction to this as well because it's quite a bit to factorizing. So the first thing to know is you'll notice you could get two types of questions which look very similar, but there's a big difference, and it's simply this. So you could literally get given this, x squared plus 2x minus 3, and be asked to factorize it. And obviously that's where I'm going to show you how to do that. But on the flip side, you could also be asked something incredibly similar, where this one says, solve x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 0. So this one wants you to find out the x, or x's, because remember with quadratics, if you looked at the quadratic formula, but in general you usually have two answers. So this was saying, find me the x's which make this thing work, which make this whole equation work. Whereas this one's saying, no, take it easy, mate. I just want you to be able to just factorize this. So, obviously we'll learn how to do, I'm going to have to show you how to do this. But the answer to this would be x minus 1, x plus 3. Okay, and we'll just make sure. Here's how we can check as well. Don't forget, factorizing and expanding out are opposites. So literally, if I gave you this and asked you to expand it out, this is what you do. Remember, this is my way. So you, obviously, because there's no sign in front of these x's, there's a plus. So you literally multiply these things in this order. So plus x times plus x gives you plus x squared. We don't need to put the plus in front. Plus x times plus 3 is plus 3x. So minus 1 times plus x, that's going to be a minus x. Just 1x, and we don't need to put that 1 there. And finally, minus 1 times plus 3, minus 3. Now simplify them. More rewrite. And hopefully you can see that you're done. Right? But more importantly, so if you get given this kind of question, all they're looking for you to do is to be able to factorize this like this. Okay, by the way, it doesn't matter if you do x minus 1 in the first bracket and x plus 3 in the other bracket. The order doesn't matter, but that's the answer for that. So if you get given a question like this is a rewrite question. This is not trying to tell you to find anything out. It's just saying, look, I'm giving you this, rewrite it in a different way with two brackets. Now this one is different. This one's saying find the x. So this is what's happening here. Whenever you see equals, there's the scales. So this one's saying, all right, we've got x squared plus 2x minus 3 on one side, and that's balancing with 0. I know it doesn't look like it's balanced, but whenever I do these scales, they're balanced. So here's the thing with this. It's incredibly hard to get x on one side by itself, and it's because you've got an x squared here, and you've got an x here as well. You can get a paper, try to see if you can somehow do stuff to each side and make this work, but you're not going to be able to. That's why you need to know how to factorize. So here's what I do. So remember, this being me going from here to here, I'm just rewriting it. So what's happening here is I'm literally just deciding first to rewrite just that bit. And we know how to rewrite that. We can rewrite it as these two things here. And that is very useful to us. Let me show you why. So look, so now I rewrite this whole thing like that. Do you see? So I've just rewritten this little bit. You see? So that rewrites exactly, that's just it. Okay, so I hope you can see that. Let me just get rid of these. Okay, so why is this useful to me? This is why. So let me just put that down. So what I've done, I've not done anything to each side, but I have rewritten it in a different way. So this is where I'm at now. Now, do you remember how in the past few videos, I've been kind of like constantly just drilling it down you. Make sure when you're solving this thing, it's equal to 0. Well, here's another reason why. So, firstly, hopefully you guys are happy that these two brackets next to each other, this literally means x plus 3, the whole thing, multiplied by x minus 1 equals 0. So we've got two things multiplying inside these brackets which equals 0. Now, can you see that so I'm trying to make this whole side equal 0. That's how I'm finding the right x. I need to find the x which makes this whole side equal 0. Well, here's the beauty of two things multiplying. If I can just make this first bracket equal to 0, can you see? So imagine I make that equal to 0. I don't even care what the second bracket equals. Because 0 times anything is going to equal 0. So this whole equation is going to balance. Does that make sense to you? So that's the first thing. So imagine this. You can now make a mini equation. So literally, so if I can just make x plus 3 equals 0, just that bit, then I've done it. Look, I made a mini equation. So now I just rearrange this. Can you see x minus 3, sorry, what am I talking about? Minus 3 will make this whole bracket equal 0. And obviously 0 times that, I don't even care what this is. So x minus 3 is one of my answers. And we can double check this. Let's try this. So imagine minus 3 squared plus 2 lots of minus 3, minus 3. And let's see if that makes us balance. So minus 3 squared is obviously plus 9. So 2 times minus 3 is minus 6, minus 3. Can you see? 9 minus 6 is 3. Obviously take away another 3 is 0. So x equals minus 3 is our first answer. But now, notice this as well. Obviously, we were just looking at if we make this equal 0, then the whole thing equals 0. But hopefully, you guys are just as comfy. Well, if I instead just find the x that makes this bracket equal 0, then it doesn't really matter what this bracket equals. Because I'm just in the situation of that. I've got something times 0. Obviously, that's going to make this whole thing equal 0 as well. So that's where that second answer comes from. So literally, I'm looking for the x which makes, so I want to make x minus 1 equals 0. So if I can find the x that makes this thing equal 0, that thing make equal 0, so on. And then just rearrange it. So here's my second answer, x equals 1. And again, hopefully you can see that. So I've got 1 squared plus 2 lots of 1 minus 3. So that's 1 plus 2 minus 3. Yeah, so that's how I find my two answers. So I want to just tell you, so hopefully that makes sense. So that's how you use, so factorizing, the fact that you learn, when you learn to factorize a quadratic, here's what you're doing. You're learning another tool, just like we have with the earlier factorizing, multiplying, bracket, simplifying terms, which helps you figure out these sort of equations, which have a little quadratic in. Just by rewriting it as those two brackets, you can then find two equations which will make the whole thing work, which you can solve very, very easily. So that's really it. I just want to kind of show you, I think that one's pretty easy. So let me kind of show you another example. So bear with me. Let me kind of make one up really quickly. Okay, bear with me, guys. Still with you, don't worry. Okay, I've got it. So, let's change the color. So imagine you were asked to solve this. 5x squared plus 17x plus 6 equals 0. So firstly, you need to be comfy how to factorize this thing. Obviously you're not yet, but I'll tell you what that factorizes to. It factorizes to this. Right, so what we do is we use that to literally rewrite this whole bit here. So we get to 5x plus 2 plus 3 equals 0. Remember, that literally means 5x plus 2, all of that multiplied by x plus 3, and all of that gives us 0. So now again, the beauty of this. It means that literally, if I just make this first bracket equal 0, yeah, that equals 0, I don't care what this bracket equals, because 0 times whatever is going to give me 0. So look, it gives me a mini equation. So if I can just make 5x plus 2 equals 0, then I rearrange this. So look, first I take away 2 from each side. So I get to 5x equals minus 2. Then I divide by 5 each side. So my first answer is minus 2 over 5. And by the way, remember, you can leave your answer as a fraction. Second answer comes from making that equal to 0. Now that one's pretty easy. There you go. Alright, so that's the introduction done. So, well, no, it's not. No, hold on. Bear with me. I want to show you about the 3 types of fractions which you need, 3 types of quadratics which you need to know how to be able to factorize. So the first type is, you'll notice, it's when the number in front of the x squared is 1. So, you know, it pretty much isn't there, but in reality it's 1. So that's got its own special way. When the number in front of it isn't 1, so if it's a 2, a 5, a 3, in reality the method is exactly the same. It's just that these are harder. Right? These are harder. And finally, it's when you've got nothing in the middle. And I'll go into more detail. So this will be difference of 2 squares. Out of interest, I'll show you this. This one factorizes to that. Yeah, hopefully you see x squared minus 3x plus 3x minus 9. Can you see? Minus 3x and plus 3x that cancel. So you get x squared minus 9. So I'll be talking you through that anyway. So yeah, alright, end of this video, and let's go into actually how you factorize the stuff.